Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, and welcome to another reputation guide. A lot of people already know about this, but I thought I'd throw it out there in case some of you don't. If you've been farming all of the old Pandaria reputations, you can make things a little easier on yourself. I'll be talking about 4 different reputations here, and that's the August Celestials, the Golden Lotus, the Shado-Pan, and the Klaxxi. Instead of grinding out all of those boring dailies in the span of a month, you can max out all 4 of these reputations in one day by farming a rare mob named the Zandalari Warbringer. This guy drops insignias that when you use them, they give you a base 1000 reputation for their respective faction. They drop 3 insignias each, they drop a bag that contains random Pandaria level trade goods, and they also have a 5% drop rate on a nifty dinosaur mount. They spawn in multiple locations. I'll have maps in the description, but they spawn in 5 different spots in 5 different zones, and that's the Jade Forest, Kunlai Summit, the Townlong Steppes, the Dread Wastes, and the Krasserang Wilds. They're easily soloable at level 100, and the respawn rate is around 50 minutes. Now the way you want to farm these though is to not just wait for them to respawn like these 2 guys here. That takes way too long and you might not even be the first one to tag it. What you want to do is realm hop. I have an add-on that makes this a little more automated. I'll have a link to it in the description. It's called Cross Realm Assist, and it lets you realm hop with one click of a button. And it'll also keep track of which realms you visited recently, so you're not hopping onto the same realm over and over. It's a really nice add-on, and you should download it if you do a lot of realm hopping when you're farming stuff. So you want to stay in the same spot and just realm hop over and over and tag them as soon as they pop up. How effective this is going to depend on what time you do it. The best times are going to be the off hours on the weekdays when no one else is farming them, like, in the early morning, if you're available at that time. If things are a little too crowded, you do have some alternatives. Instead, you can farm the Zandalari War Scouts. These are a little tougher to farm because they don't sit in one spot like the Warbringers do. They actually patrol around the zone, so you're going to have to do some searching if you're going to farm these guys instead. It's also important to note that these aren't as rewarding. They only drop 1 insignia, and they don't drop the mounts, so you should only consider farming these mobs if you're not interested in the Dino mount. If you decide you want to farm these guys instead of the Warbringers, I'll have a link in the description that shows their locations. Another option you have is to farm the War God Daka, located on the boat at coordinates 7782 in the Isle of Giants. You can find the Isle of Giants north of Kunlai Summit. Just fly over there to reach it. You'll eventually get dismounted because it's a no-fly zone, so just make sure you're over water when that does happen. The fight itself is easily soloable, just like everything else. This guy drops 5 rep tokens, but just like the War Scouts, he doesn't drop the mounts, so once again, you should only farm this boss if you only care about the reputation. His respawn timer is around 30 minutes, and he's heavily camped, so once again, I recommend trying to do this during the off hours of the day. And one last note to optimize things a bit for you. If you want to get more rep out of these insignias, you can build a level 3 trading post in your garrison. What this does is it gives you a 20% increase to reputation while you're in Draenor. So what you can do is you can save your tokens until you're in your garrison to get that extra 20%. You can also stop by the Darkmoon Fair if it's in town and ride on the carousel for another 10% increase in the rep. I'll have a link to that buff in the description if you need more info on that. And I guess that's all I have to say about that. Here's what the mount looks like if you're curious. Kinda neat, although it shares the same animations as the River Beasts from Draenor. It's kind of a letdown that they reuse animations so much, but still a pretty cool mount nonetheless. As always, I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, good luck, and peace!